evening. Welcome to Edgerton High School Saturday night boys basketball. And tonight it is the State Route 49 rivalry reimagined here this evening. The Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. 7-5 Edon, 3-11 Edgerton. Joining me tonight is Adam Gubernath, of course. And Adam, we've had this one circled on our calendar. A lot of folks who are here tonight have as well. January 22nd, Matt Ripke, who had 12 dynamite seasons here as head coach, no longer the head coach at Edgerton, went south just a bit to rival Edon, and now comes back to coach in his first game tonight.
Well, for me, and I've said this time and time again, Saturday night non-league games come down to energy in the gym. Who's got the energy? Who has the emotion? And we've been in gyms on Saturday nights where it's just dead, and the teams have to kind of manufacture that energy and that emotion for themselves. Not the case here tonight. You walk into the gymnasium, it just feels a little bit different here tonight. And obviously the big story, Coach Ripke coming back.
Yep, all sorts of storylines. But ultimately, the Jimmies and the Joes are going to decide as tonight, the kids on the floor.
And that's the big challenge for both of these head coaches, is to keep the focus of their kids on the actual game tonight. Not get caught up in the emotion, not get caught up in whatever's going on here or there. Focus on the game, and let's worry about what we can control, and that's on the floor.
We'll take a break here on the pregame show presented by Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory. Our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation coming up next. Matt Ripke of Edon will join us here on B-Rock Sports.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters, pretty much anything you can think of. Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters. Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio would like to take a moment to wish all the Edon area athletes good luck this season as they strive for excellence. Since 1977, Dimension Hardwood Veneers has been the manufacturer of specialty rotary cut-to-size veneers. Dimension Hardwood Veneers is proud to support all Edon area athletics. Go Bombers from the management and staff of Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Have you ever driven through a cemetery to visit a loved one's gravesite, and as you drive through, you notice the different types of headstones, or maybe the text on the memorial, a picture or some artistry, the names, the years, but what you are really noticing are the lasting memories of a person's life. You know there are a lot of decisions to make when choosing a memorial, like what style, a flat marker, beveled, upright headstone, and what do you engrave? I mean, where do you start? You start at the Fackler Monument Company in Mount Pillier, Ohio, or online at facklermonument.com.
Saturday night boys basketball getting ready for Edon and Edgerton, and our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with Edon head coach Matt Ripke. And Matt, not supposed to have happened, but you have a bye where you don't have a conference game this week because of some issues I know going on over at Hilltop with some illness and COVID situations. So all attention on Edgerton. And before we dive into that game, I kind of want to get a feel for where Edon basketball is at right now. How do you feel like you're playing? Where do you feel like you're at here heading into late January?
I think as we talked about earlier in the year, we've kind of made that turn at the beginning of January, and I think we're starting to figure out some things offensively. Our guys are understanding our system and being much more aggressive offensively and trying to go score the ball at the basket and maybe not settling for as many jump shots. And we've developed post presence with Drew Gallahue and Cassius Holbert and Ethan Stanky as well. And our guard play has improved. We've done a better job of taking care of the basketball. Jack Berry's done a really good job of taking the ball to the basket and finishing in the paint. So offensively, we've improved, and defensively as well. We've kind of taken the approach that we need to be more aggressive defensively, which has translated to some easy transition baskets for us offensively. And again, I think the more aggressive we are on both ends of the floor, the better off we are moving forward.
And I think when you mention that aggressiveness, one of the points I was going to make is seeing you throughout the course of the year, some of those kids that might have been tentative offensively aren't as tentative anymore.
Yeah, and again, it may have been, especially from the perimeter and guard play, they may have relied on perimeter jump shots and catch and shoot opportunities in the past, but now they're more willing to take the ball to the basket, and we've developed some of that physicality and a presence in the paint, both from our perimeter players and our post players.
Well, you get Edgerton now, and you spend a lot of years over there, in 12 years, and I don't know, I guess maybe the best way to ask this question is I don't know how you'd feel about it. You were probably maybe dreading this game a little bit, or awkward situation potential. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting words in your mouth. As the game is here, how do you feel about going against the school that you coached for 12 years?
Well, at the end of the day, it's about the players on the floor. And there's a lot of kids on the floor from Edgerton that have been in our program that we coach for, their entire career through elementary and then high school and junior high. And, so you have those fantastic relationships with those young people, and looking forward to seeing them. Had the opportunity to see them a couple times live and a couple times on tape, and you see some of the habits that you've tried to develop as a program, and some of those kids are carrying those on. But it is awkward. I've been back there and scouted once, and plan on going back as well to scout again. So it's different. You go to a different seat, you go to a different section, but at the end of the day, it's all about the kids on the floor playing the game.
Yeah, and you knew when you took this job there was going to probably be a little more juice to it when you went there and played this game this year, whether, the kids are going to decide it at the end of the day, as you said. But and maybe a rivalry that, quite frankly, needed a little juice for whatever reason, because I've said this and made this contention that for Edon, with Montpelier and Edon now in the TAC together, and the way that those games have been competitive, it almost feels like from an Edon perspective, Edon and Montpelier have become, if not a bigger rivalry than Edon Edgerton, certainly on that level now, because there's been so much, you play everybody in everything for sure, right, in their conference games.
Right, absolutely. And that conference aspect certainly adds another dimension to those games with Montpelier. But again, I believe at the end of the day, it's the team down south versus the Bombers, and certainly there's that rivalry aspect in that nature as well.
Let me talk to you now about Edgerton themselves. And this year, I know, struggling with wins, 3 coming into the weekend. What do you see when you watch this group play? What are some, I guess, keys for Edon in facing this Edgerton team?
Well, for them, it starts with Cole Meyer and Corey Everett, and they bring that veteran presence to their team. And part of the issue for them is they have a lot of young guys around them. They start a freshman, they bring another freshman there off the bench. So they're trying to develop some things offensively and defensively. And again, for us, it's being aggressive on the offensive end. I think we have an advantage with our physicality in the paint, and we certainly have to take full advantage of that. And we also got to knock down some perimeter shots and make it as difficult as possible for them to make perimeter shots.
Looking forward to this one. Matt, thanks for the time on the pregame. Good luck against Edgerton here in this 49 matchup.
Thanks, Andy.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com. When it comes to choosing a realtor to help you with your real estate needs, the only choice is the AmeriMade Realty Team. Serving 6 counties in Northwest Ohio, AmeriMade continues to be one of the top companies year after year. With our award-winning service, commitment to each and every client's best interest, comprehensive marketing plan, and dedication to the people and communities around us, the AmeriMade Realty Team is the go-to choice in Northwest Ohio. When it's time for you to make your next move, call AmeriMade Realty at 419-636-7653. That's 419-636-SOLD, or go to AmeriMadeHomes.com.
Snow, ice, blowing. Who likes winter? Not me, but with a little help from Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan, you can muddle through. They have helpful tools you need to make your winter a little easier, like ice melt for those icy walks and driveways, snow shovels, and Ego battery-powered snow blowers to help you clear your way out of the house. If you're tired of finding out you have no gas in the can when the snow hits, then Ego is a great choice for you. Let's not forget about our feathered friends during the winter either. Stop by Donaldson's and grab a bag or 2 of bird food. Stop in today and pick up your winter supplies at Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan.
What's up, brother? Edon and Edgerton. All right, Adam Gubernath, let's dive into a couple of keys. Let's start with Edgerton tonight. How do they find their way into the fourth quarter and be in this thing?
That's the first thing. Get to the fourth quarter and still be within striking distance ahead or anything like that. We've done some games where they shot very poorly. They played very poorly in the opening quarter, and it's just out of reach by halftime. So stay in the game as long as you can. Take good shots in the flow of the offense and hope that you're hitting some of those threes. Don't take some of those rush threes that we've seen them in the past. Take care of the basketball. You know that you're going to see some sort of three-quarter court, half-court trapping defense from Edon. You got to be smart with the basketball.
Matt Ripke's keys for the Bombers.
Emotions, stay in check, obviously, with everything going on. Let's focus. You're more physical. You've got the size. Let's pound it inside. Let's control tempo, and let's get after it defensively. We've seen them take teams just out of what they want to do offensively with their pressure and get after it, be the more physical, be the more aggressive team here tonight.
Bottom line, you're the better basketball team. Play and act like it, basically.
Well, exactly, and do the things that you know that you do well. And that's part of the message of, again, from both of these coaches, you know, because there are so many different storylines in so many different realms of emotion here. The message from both coaches to their kids: don't do things that you normally wouldn't do just because the emotion is a little bit high here.
Great crowd on hand. It's Edon and Edgerton, the lineups and the opening tip when we come back.
If you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brand brands you need. Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541 and they'll be out to fix it for you whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
They were once in a car seat. Now they're in the driver's seat. Having a teen driver is scary enough without the added cost to insure them. Let us help you ease your fears and save money with the Teen Smart Driver Safety Program from the Central Insurance Companies. Teen Smart's the most proven driver crash reduction program ever developed. When your teen driver enrolls in and completes the course, you can save hundreds of dollars on your Central Auto policy. Call Andrews O'Neill & Lowe today to learn more about this smart way to save money. With offices in Archbold, Bryan, and Wasion, or you can find us online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
The Maddox Men's Emporium is the only premier men's clothing store in Northwest Ohio, featuring top apparel brands like Johnson & Murphy, Fish Hippie, Seven Diamonds, Task Performance Wear, and Saks Underwear. They even carry top-of-the-line men's skincare products and cologne like Jack Black, St. James of London, and Fulton & Rourke. The Maddox even has specialty foods, designer socks, bar accessories, Mission belts, and more. So stop in the Maddox Men's Emporium on the east side of the square in Bryan, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, or Saturday, 10 to 5.
Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. The Edgerton Bulldogs want it, wish for it, and make it happen. The Edgerton Athletic Boosters want to thank all of the Edgerton athletes for their hard work and dedication, and want to wish the athletes and coaches good luck. So from the Edgerton Athletic Boosters, go get them Bulldogs. We're behind you all of the way. Good luck to all the Edgerton athletes.
Locally owned and operated for 19 years, Edon Pizza is your best choice for the freshest pizza in the area. Call them at 419-272-2452 and order from a large variety of menu items, including pasta, calzones, wings, and of course, pizza and subs.
Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio would like to take a moment to wish all the Edon area athletes good luck this season as they strive for excellence. Since 1977, Dimension Hardwood Veneers has been the manufacturer of specialty rotary cut-to-size veneers. Dimension Hardwood Veneers is proud to support all Edon area athletics. Go Bombers from the management and staff of Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio.
Starting lineup time tonight. First for the Edon Bombers, coached by Matt Ripke. It'll be Jack Berry, a 6'4 senior. Cade Nestor, a 6'2 junior. Gannon Ripke, a 6'1 senior. Drew Gallahue, a 6'4 senior. And Cassius Hulbert, a 6'3 senior.
For the Edgerton Bulldogs and head coach Brett Greaser, Cole Meyer is a 6' senior. Corey Everett's a 5'10 junior. Caden Pasillo is a 6'1 junior. Nathan Swank, a 6'1 junior. And Cody Herman, a 6' freshman.
Starting lineups presented by Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier. Tri-State Vision Center officials working the game. They're Dusty Gray, Galen Knopfziger, and Abe Wise. That'll do it for the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. There for you in your time of need, the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes. Edon 7-5, Edgerton 3-11. Edgerton lost to Wayne Trace last night. Remember, Edon didn't have a game because of a COVID situation at Hilltop. Matt Ripke in his 13th year as a head coach, his first at Edon, 192 and 104 as a head coach. Now, Adam, like we mentioned, there's so many subplots. I want to look at this from the player's perspective. Edgerton, all these kids have been molded by him and that program, so you know the emotions there. The Edon kids are learning their system first year, but I want to tell you, maybe you had this situation, but I can tell you from experience. For those that don't know, I played for Rick Heisler, worked a lot of years together, knew him very well. As a player, he was fired by Edon back in his coaching career. So when he was at Montpelier, he never said it once, but players, we knew that was a red letter game. The circle the wagons game. They wanted to win. We wanted to win for him.
Oh, absolutely. And, one of the things that I was curious to see as the season began was the integration of Matt's son Gannon into the Edon rotation. Something, obviously it meshed very well in football. Now it's into basketball and everything. And you've seen how they've rallied around him. He's just part of the guys and everything. And they play for their coach. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Those kids for Edon want to go out there. The last thing they want to do is not play well, lay an egg for their head coach. And for the Edgerton kids, they played under Matt for their entire basketball careers here at Edgerton. They want to go out there and show, hey, look, I'm a pretty good basketball player.
And I promise you, Matt didn't mention it one bit.
No, I would. You know what? And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Brett Grieser really didn't mention it that much either. That's part of keeping the focus on the game.
Here we go. Dusty Gray has it in the air. Drew Gallahue wins the opening tip, and Edon will move right to left. And Edgerton will show a little zone to start this game. A 2-3 look, it looks like right now, or are they man? There's some confusion. It is a 2-3 look defensively. Berry pulls the trigger on a 3, no good, but an offensive rebound, Drew Gallahue, and they'll reset. Nestor bounce pass to the right side to Berry. By the way, we'll say Corey Everett's name a lot, and that's great news for Edgerton fans. They get him back. Actually, it happened last night. Gallahue muscles it up and in for the first basket of the night.
That's what they like to do against a zone. Get it to the high post. They did with Gannon Ripke. Gallahue going to be a handful for Edgerton in the low block here tonight.
2-0 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Low scoreboard. Swank through a double team, almost tied up, able to fight his way through, but doesn't have a dribble anymore. Gives it up to Herman. Into the corner now to Pasillo. How will Edgerton shoot the perimeter? That is huge tonight. It's Meyer to Herman. He'll jack up a 3 and nothing but nylon.
Huge for the Bulldogs. We've seen nights when it just isn't happening. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Every team one night a year just has some magical night where everything seems to go in. Maybe that's the night tonight.
3-2. Edgerton takes their first lead. They'll dump it. Edon will to Gallahue inside out. Gannon Ripke over on a touch pass to Nestor. Bounce pass nearly taken away by Meyer. He broke it up and knocked it out of bounds. It will stay with Edon.
Edgerton definitely, you can tell, playing with a little extra giddy up in their step, at least at the beginning, especially on the defensive end.
3-2 our score. By the way, I want to go back to the pregame when we get a chance here as Hulbert gets it on the post. Brute strength on the turnaround and finish by Cassius Hulbert.
That's going to be a tough matchup again. Gallahue and Hulbert down lower. So physical. Can Edgerton match that physicality?
4-3. Edon seesaws back out in front. Splitting up the floor now and into the front court. It's Everett's to Herman. Another 3 on the way. No good. Rebound to Edon. Brett Grieser and I unable to connect. That was the only reason why we did not have a pregame interview with Brett this week. Just schedules didn't mesh. I wanted to make that clearer. Matt Ripke didn't have an open microphone, and I didn't ask Brett. We just weren't able to make up time together. So a missed 3 by Berry, and then an Edgerton turnover, so it goes right back to the Bombers, up 4-3, 2 minutes in.
Well, pretty much what you would expect to see here, the strengths of each team or what they want to do, Edon with a couple of buckets right at the basket, and Edgerton with the perimeter 3.
Ripke, middle of the floor, over to the right side to Berry. Out to Ripke, around the horn to Nestor, who has played well of late. Matt Ripke cited Caden Nestor, how he played against the state-ranked Emmanuel Baptist team last week, or Emmanuel Christian. Nestor hoists a 3 on the wing, rattles around, no good. Rebound offensively put back up and in by Drew Gallahue.
Edgerton's going to have to clean that up in a hurry, or they're going to be in for a long night. Gallahue just out physical everyone underneath.
6-3 Edon. Up across midcourt. Herman gives it up now to Swank. Dribble drive baseline. Sealed off by a couple or 3 defenders. Out now to Herman. Herman to Everett. Shot fake. Dribble drive. Taps it over now to Pasillo. No subs yet for either team. By the way, about 3 games ago is when Hulbert was inserted into the lineup to stay there. Everett's a rainbow 3 off the iron, no good, and it bounces out of bounds and goes Edon's way.
You almost treat this almost like a tournament game in the sense that the team that can kind of maybe get their feet underneath them a little sooner, kind of control the emotions, get settled, and start getting into the flow of the game will definitely have the advantage.
Gannon Ripke across the timeline with it. Goes right to Jack Berry. Bounces it back to Ripke against the 2-3 zone of Edgerton. Left foul line extended Nestor. 6-3 Edon. 4:40 to go in the quarter. Over to Nestor again, along the baseline. Reverse layup is good. Caden Nestor, athletic finish.
Absolutely strong on the baseline. Edgerton was collapsing on Gallahue. That gave him the driving lane, and he took advantage.
We're going to see this all night. Barry at the point of a 1-2-2. Edgerton has been prone to turnovers a lot this year, and there's another one.
Right on second. Cue. Yep, right on cue.
Ethan Stanky on the floor for the first sub of the night for Edon in place of Cassius Hulbert. Edgerton counters with a little muscle inside in Nate Timbrook, a strong 6'4" senior. 8-3 our score. Since Edgerton hit their only shot, Edon a 6-0 little mini run here. Along the baseline, Barry bounces it out now. Gallahue an open three. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound inside, Nate Swank. Swank pushes it up the floor. Edon is back, good transition D. Now it's Everett's. Everett's bounce pass into the painted area to Timbrook. He'll flip it out now. Three on the way from Swank is no good. Three straight three balls have been missed by Edgerton. Transition now, Nestor gives it up to Barry. Barry on the wing. Floats it out to Gallahue. Down low intended for Stanky, and Timbrook got his hands on it and tipped it out of bounds.
But you can again see the game plan that Matt Ripke, and we've seen it in the games that we've seen with Edon already this year. They just want to pound that ball inside, a decisive size advantage down low. They want to take advantage of that.
Looking to the left side, it goes to Gallahue. Gallahue, spin move, left hand, count it, and he'll go to the line.
Now that's tough. Wow, that was an impressive move. The righty kind of backing his way in at the last second, just kind of spun the opposite way and threw it up and in. Timbrook was fronting him, playing solid defense, but boy, that was a pretty move on the low block for Drew Gallahue.
Carter Keese checks in for the first time in place of Caden Nestor. Gallahue finished the three-point play, buries the free throw. He has 7 in the first quarter. And it's an 11-3 lead and a 9-0 Edon run right now. Here's Herman, far side of the floor to Timbrook. Timbrook gives it up now to Meyer. On the wing to Quentin Blue, who has just come on for the first time. Cross court to Everett's. Everett's on the left point. Everett's gives to Herman. Herman coming around to the right side on the wing to Meyer. Inside now to Timbrook, up and out. Had a chance, did everything right. It was in and popped out on him down on the low block.
Yeah, just an unfortunate break there. Did everything perfectly.
Gallahue, a deep three, nothing but nylon, and Brett Greaser needs a timeout. Terrific start for Edon. They lead it 14-3. We'll be right back.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call your State Farm agent, Jody Herman, in downtown Archbold today.
So, out of the timeout, this is not what Brett Greaser wanted to see. A Jack Berry steal. Meyer gets back. And now Meyer and Berry have to be separated underneath. Some emotions flying. Matt Ripke recognizing it and is going to get Jack out right away.
Now, just what a good rivalry needs, right? A little chatting out there, and then just kind of a little bump between a couple of kids. But this is what I'm saying tonight when I talked about Brett and Matt. Keep the focus on the game. Excellent job. You recognize these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Heck, I'm feeling a little bit energized here tonight. Get him out there, calm him down. He'll be fine. Good piece of coaching there.
And a reach and a foul as Herman was coming up the floor.
And, Andy, you brought this up when we were just talking before the game. You know, we talk about all these different storylines and the responsibilities and that sort of thing. How the three-man crew officiates and calls the game tonight, almost as important as anything.
And now Dusty Gray, a couple of words with Brett Greaser from midcourt. Brett on that bench had something to say, and I was kind of looking down and jotting who the foul was on.
I saw that too, yeah.
Carter Keese gets the foul, his first. Here comes Cole Meyer to midcourt, still in the backcourt. Bounce pass far side to Quentin Blue. Blue through a double team, loses the handle. Here's Nestor. Nestor on the right side wing. Bounce pass into a wide open Gallahue, who scores again. And Edon threatening to bury Edgerton early here in this one.
Everything that Edgerton can't do, they're doing. Turning it over, giving up rebounds. And boy, what do you do if you're Brett Greaser and you're just getting eaten alive by Gallahue underneath, and then he steps out and buries a 20-foot three?
16-3, 14 unanswered Edon points here in this opening quarter. We still have 2 and change to play in it. Everett's across the timeline. Everett's trapped, lost the handle, nowhere to go, bounces it right to Caden Nestor. Nobody else was close, and now a foul on the layup. A hard foul. Everett's, he did go for ball. Nestor, a little quick reaction, but everybody's okay. And Caden Nestor will shoot 2. In Corey Everett's defense, he did go for the ball, no question.
He was coming from behind and tried to block it out of there, and
now Nestor shoots a pair.
Make him earn it at the free throw line. Nothing bad with what happened there, just a physical play.
We're just going to get reactions on anything.
Everything tonight, because as adults, yeah, we don't handle it much better than the 16 and 17-year-olds sometimes.
Free throw number 1 was good by Nestor. Free throw number 2 is good. Caden with 4 out of the gates. It's 18-3 now, Edon. Ball reversal to Meyer. They just cannot. They only have 5 shot attempts, and I guess I looked down kind of surprised they have that many. Because
4 of those
it seems
are threes.
Like, yeah, and it seems like they're turning it over more than I think they do have 5, though.
Yep.
Here's Meyer. Around it goes to Swank. Hesitates, doesn't take the 3, comes back to Cole Meyer. Edon, by the way, is a zone tonight. We don't see that a lot out of Matt Ripke coach team. The pull-up jumper no good from Everett's. Rebound Edon, and now a turnover. Nestor's pass, tall and wide of Carter Keese.
Okay, not happy with that, obviously, but Matt has to be just ecstatic as to how this game started, because what's the sports philosophy when you're the road team? What do you try to do? Have success early, get the crowd out of the game, build a big lead, everyone kind of gets subdued a little bit, things calm down, and you can just get into the flow. But they've done that and then some here in this opening first quarter.
Hulbert back in, Berry back in, as Ripke and Gallahue get quick breathers with 1:25 left in the quarter. Everett's at the foul line, touches it left side, Blue a 3, no good. And on the rebound, Nestor fights with Timbrook. Now Hulbert gets on the deck, more bodies get on the deck. Timeout Edon as Hulbert grabbed possession. 18-3 Bombers. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30, and we'll be right back.
Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them. Add options and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
Welcome back out here to Edgerton. A 3-2 Edgerton lead at one time very early in this game, and since then, Edon rattled off 16 straight points and now leading at 18-3, preserving a possession there with the timeout taken on the floor.
Well, they've made all the hustle plays. They've been the team that has been able to get into their flow a little bit earlier. Edgerton hit the first shot, but after that, they just have trouble getting into the offense, and a lot of that has to do with the intense pressure that they're seeing by the Bombers.
Bounce pass over to Berry. Ripke back in. Berry in the lane. Berry hangs in the air, unable to finish that time. That ends 3 straight makes and 5 of 6 for Edon in the last 3 or 4 minutes of play. And another soft Edgerton pass. Another turnover. Another layup attempt for Nestor, who's fouled on his way to the basket. And Caden Nestor gets 2 more free throws.
Yeah, it's got to be it is a frustrating start for Brett Greaser. Just everything that they tried not to do, they're just getting sucked into. They cross midcourt against that trap, and they're in the one side or the other. They pick up the ball, and then they try to throw it back out in the middle of the floor, and Edon is just baiting them to make that pass and just eating it up.
Swank gets the foul, his first. Blue out, Herman back. So it's Herman, Meyer, Swank, Everett, and Pasillo who's back on the floor. Keese comes for Ripke now. It's Keese, Hulbert, Nestor, Berry, and Stanky playing for Edon right now. Caden Nestor with 5, shooting for 6, and Berry's that one. And as we said, has played really well the last handful of games on both ends.
Kind of that unsung hero you don't think about, but you better start.
Another loose basketball thrown away by Edgerton results in another turnover because the arrow favors Edon. So that's 7 opening quarter turnovers on Edgerton.
If you're Edon, you just love to see Cassius Hulbert, 6'3", diving on the floor for those loose balls. He'd probably rather do that than anything else, and he's getting his hands on them.
He sure is. Off the inbounds now. Ripke crossing the timeline right to left. Final 40 seconds of the quarter. An 18-0 run for Edon, looking to add to it. They may not, probably won't give it up unless they get a backdoor, a layup of some kind. They'll hold for one. 25 seconds left. Berry, after the hedge by Meyer, gives it up now to Ripke. Ripke between the circles. Ripke top of the key. Over to the right side of the floor to Berry. Berry weaves his way into traffic. Triple teamed, and we get a jump ball. So Edgerton forces an Edon turnover.
One of the few times that we've seen Edgerton defensively do a really nice job collapsing on the ball when it gets into the paint.
That's just 2 on Edon in terms of turnovers here.
7 for the Bulldogs.
Cole Meyer, trapped in the backcourt, now finds Blue. Blue middle of the floor, 10 seconds to shoot. Back to Meyer. Meyer trying to get across midcourt, still not there. And a foul on, just kind of threw the leg out, did Jack Berry to try to halt the penetration across and into the front court. Picks up his first foul. That's just the second team foul. 5 seconds for Edgerton to try to get a shot away. Edgerton 1 of 7 in this opening quarter to go along with the 7 turnovers. Inbounds to the right side baseline, and stepping out of bounds is Swank on the catch and was pivoting. So it's another Edgerton giveaway. Edon will get one last crack at it.
Those are the frustrating ones, just not really aware where you are on the court.
4.6 left. Gallahue for Ripke. It's to an area. Herman has it. A fadeaway 3. Buries it. A little momentum to go to the second quarter, but a first quarter owned by Edon. They lead it 20-6 after 1.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Financial health doesn't have to be complicated. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, we like to make it simple. That's why we offer free financial health checkups designed just for you. Our team of financial wellness coaches will help you create and simplify your plan, no matter how complicated life gets. Head to MidwestCommunity.org so you can get started today.
Back out here at Edgerton, 7 of 12 shooting for Edon to start this basketball game overall. Edgerton 2 of 8, both those field goals, Corey Herman 3s, kind of sandwiched beginning of the quarter, end of the quarter, and in between, all Edon.
But you could see the emotion in this building from the home crowd when that 3 went in right at the buzzer. I mean, they're into this, doing anything they can to try to get their kids to get back into this one.
Here's Carter Keese, reinserted, gives to Gannon Ripke. Also, Gallahue back in. He's been a load. Passes out of a double. Nestor 3 ball in the corner. Off the heel, no good, but a long rebound to Edon and Carter Keese. Keese to Ripke. Ripke's spin move into the lane. Hangs in the air, and it's off his knee and will go Edgerton's way.
Edgerton, their last, 2 possessions in the quarter. Turnovers. Then their first one, they get an offensive rebound, but then turn it over. But
Meyer soft on the pass, the steal, and Keese unable to get the layup to go in. It'll ricochet out of bounds off Carter Keese.
I mean, for Edgerton, it's got to feel like there's 9, 10 blue jerseys out there. Everywhere they're going, there's a hand in the passing lane.
Right now, it's Gannon Ripke at the point of the 1-2-2. He just kicked it away. And before that, and he'll be back in soon, you get 6'4" Barry with his length.
And like we've said before, the Edon kids have bought in defensively, and they've got some length and athleticism there. This press is tough.
Everett's ball reversal to Cole Meyer. Meyer gives it up now to Everett. Everett's middle of the floor to Herman, who has all 6 Edgerton points. Now Pasilla launches a 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound tracked down by Keese and Edon. Carter Keese up ahead now to Nestor. Nestor finds an open over the top. Holbert, he's fouled on the way up. And I think they got number 2 on Nathan Swank.
I think you're right there. And again, you're just asking a lot of these undersized Bulldogs in the post to, Cassius Holbert, 6'3", a thick 6'3". Drew Gallahue, 6'4", thick. Gannon Ripke, strong. It's height is one thing. Strength is a totally another thing that it's just so hard until you actually get up there and you can feel just how strong these kids are. It's hard to anticipate that.
By the way, Edon a perfect 6 for 6 at the foul line here in the opening half. Holbert missed that one, though, to end that little string, but they do lead it 21-6. Here's a trap coming on Herman. Sends it ahead now to Meyer. Meyer gives to Herman. Back over to Cole Meyer. As we said, Edon zoning here. To the left it goes to Everett. Turns the corner, gets in the lane, elevates from 12, rattles around, no good. Nestor rebounds the miss. And up ahead now.
One and done, excuse me. Yeah, they have not had an offensive rebound yet tonight.
In the lane goes Carter Keese. He's bumped on the way there. That foul will be Cole Myers first. Or Herman, I beg your pardon. 3-1, not 3. Corey Herman's first. Team's third. Nate Timbrook coming back in. 21-6 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 6:37 left in this first half of play. Drew Gallahue lofts it in right back to the inbounds person. Gallahue from Ripke, poked away by a hustling Quentin Blue, knocking it out of bounds. So it'll be Gannon Ripke again. Ripke for Gallahue, out on the right point. Little curl in the lane, open post cut. Keese hangs in the air, unable to finish. And the rebound to Nate Timbrook. He gives to Everett now. Can Edgerton just kind of find their way back in? One possession at a time here. Herman around the horn to Blue. Blue rotates it around. It's Meyer. Now over to Everett. Everett's dribble drive, not there. Rotates it around. It goes to Blue from Meyer. Comes back to Cole Meyer. 2 minutes into the second. 21-6 Edon. Meyer to Everett. All 6 points for Edgerton to Corey Herman. And now Timbrook tries to rectify, just unable to finish. Edgerton 0 for 4. Edon 0 for 2 to start this second quarter shooting. Dribble handoff. It goes to Carter Keese, getting some extensive minutes here. Right point now to Nestor. Nestor to the left side of the floor to Ripke. Ripke middle of the floor on the dribble. The de facto point guard most of this season. He scoops it now to Keese. Keese comes to Nestor. Boy, they've got Gallahue on a mismatch. They need that ball reversal around. Wherever he's at a mismatch with Cole Meyer undersized and not nearly as strong.
And with Holbert out at the top of the key, it pulls Timbrook out.
And there it is. He got that to go. Did they count it?
They should.
Absolutely they should. Brute strength with a left hand by Gallahue. I don't know why there's some indecision here. He was in the act. Still no sign. Now they do count it. It had to be counted.
Well, he went up for the shot, and Cole Meyer had both arms over the top of him. He couldn't get it up all the way, but he's somehow strength-wise was able to get through the contact, through the hold, and threw it up with the left hand off the glass. I couldn't believe it went in either. I was shocked he got the shot up off the glass. And I think the issue is what Brett Grieser is asking about is I think the official originally that called it on the floor. The other two officials are like, no, and they overruled him.
Free throw is good by Gallahue. He has 15 already. 24-6 Edon. Herman over to Blue on the wing. Blue trying to circle away from trouble. Bounce pass tipped by Berry, grabbed by Meyer in the lane, pulls his way. It'll be a blocking foul on Cassius Hulbert, and his first of the night, team's third.
Well, when the shot from the perimeter is not falling, they've hit 2 of them, but at the beginning of the quarter, at the end of the quarter, you got to try to find other ways to score, and the easiest ways to get to the basket and get to the free throw line.
Herman in and out on the free throw. 5:02 left, first half. Pasillo for Blue for Edgerton. Stanky for Hulbert for Edon. 24-6 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard.
Seemed like Edon doing a lot of, maybe a little more rotating than we normally have seen out of them this year. Keeping fresh guys out there.
And seeing his own.
Absolutely.
Or showing his own, I should say. 1 of 2 for Cole Meyer. First point that is not Corey Herman's tonight. He had scored the first 6. It's 24-7. Dribble penetration is taken away from Berry. Berry to Keese. Keese chest pass over to Gallahue. Gallahue spin dribble, spun right into Corey Everett, but the ball comes right back to Edon. And now Ripke on an offensive foul. Everett took the charge as Gannon Ripke extended that arm to try to carve out a little more space. It's just his first. Good defensive play by Everett.
Absolutely. Kind of just threw that out there. It wasn't egregious, but enough to give him a little extra space, and Edgerton will take advantage.
Everett bounces it back now to Meyer. Meyer, ball rotation to Everett. Everett's across at midcourt. Bounces it into the corner now. It's Pasillo. Close out by Gallahue. That bounce pass was shielded by Gallahue, intercepted by Berry. Berry knocked to the deck. And the personal foul will be on Caden Pasillo of Edgerton, his first.
You know, when you trap, a lot of times the turnover doesn't necessarily come right there at the trap. It's the pass out of the trap, and Edon is doing such a good job once the trap is in. The other 3 that are on the floor just filling those passing lanes and anticipating. Edgerton, not only are they finding themselves trapped in a bad spot, they just have nowhere to go with the basketball.
1-1 for Jack Berry. Archbold leads Toledo Christian 15-13, and at the half, Rossford leads Wauseon 29-16. Berry misses the front end of the 1-1. Wayne Trace handling Miller City, by the way, 23-7 in the first half. Meyer, the dribble drive. Who they giving the foul to? Stanky came through and got a block. Gallahue was there as well. They're going to give it to Ethan Stanky on the block attempt. His first.
But you can notice, too, here in the second quarter, that Edgerton being much more aggressive off the dribble, getting to the basket. I mean, you would have loved to have come out here and just start raining threes. Wasn't going to happen. That's good coaching by Brett Grieser to recognize that and to convey that message to the kids. And then hats off to the kids for understanding and executing what they're being asked to do.
Meyer splashes in the first free throw. He has 2. And now giving 3. He's hit 3 of 4 at the line.
And we've seen games where he's been very aggressive and successful offensively.
24-9, Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Midway through the second, Caden Nestor picks his dribble up, tosses it right now to Gannon Ripke. Ripke top of the key. Ripke to the left side on the elbow to Gallahue. Gallahue faced up, now gives it up to Nestor. He'll loop it over to Ripke along the baseline. Reverse layup, good. Gannon Ripke. First field goal for Edon in the second quarter.
Moving well without the basketball. One of those things that doesn't show up in the scoring column per se, but you give your teammates an out.
No-look bounce pass Meyer, broken up by Gannon Ripke, who was dropping through the key. 26-9, Edon. 3:36 left here in the first half. Inbounds from the baseline coming from Corey Herman. Ripke out. Keese back in. You're right, the substitution patterns have been a little
more frequent, it just seems like, yeah.
Everett's trying to use the screen from Timbrook out in front. Snaps it to the right side now to Herman. Herman over to Pasillo. Pasillo just above the foul line. Tosses it left to Everett. 26-9 Edon. Been in control throughout here. Edgerton had one lead of 3-2, only to see Edon go on an 18-0 run. Everett chucks a 3 on the wing. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Edon and Gallahue. Now Keese up the floor to Nestor. Wing left side. Tosses it out on top now. Gallahue for 3. That's going to be short. Rebound, though, to Jack Berry. Edon has no points from the field. They have all 6 at the foul line here in the second quarter. They were up 20-6, and they've actually added to their lead of 26-9 now with 2:45 left. First half, backdoor cut, just thrown away by Barry. Timbrook, a good defensive play, but Barry telegraphed that one.
Yeah, you could see that coming a mile away. And
now Barry makes up for it with the steal, and then Meyer gets the deflection and hustles after it, but can't get there in time.
Nobody really taking good care of the basketball, but
Blue back in for Edgerton. Ripke, after about 20 seconds over there, will come for Barry.
An errant pass and a flick from behind with no communication has a tendency to get your senior ball handler back out on the floor a little bit quicker. Yeah.
Off the inbounds, rising up. Pasillo almost got that takeaway, but couldn't corral it. Gallahue there for the loose ball pickup. And now it's Ripke to the right to Keese. 26-9 it remains. Edon in front on the baseline. Keese soft on that pass. Tried to get it to Gallahue. Almost take it away, but Edon will reset now. Ripke spins, goes right. Carter Keese. Keese above the foul line. Back to Gannon Ripke. Down to the post to Gallahue. Working on Pasillo. Throws out of a potential double team. Now to the baseline right side to Nestor. His spin move knocked away by Herman, who tried to give it up to a teammate, unable to do so. It went out of bounds.
You mentioned that potential double team. They're playing kind of a 2-3 look there, and Timbrook, the middle on the back line, was just keeping an eye, and if Gallahue was going to make his move, he was coming over to help.
Off the inbounds, Ethan Stanky gives right back to Gannon Ripke. Ripke out near midcourt. Spin move goes left to Nestor. Nestor above the foul line, back to Ripke. He'll take the occasional three and is capable, but that's not his role. Keese will tie the three, way off target, no good. That's 3 straight threes that Edon has taken on offensive possessions. Nad scramble for the basketball, still loose. Finally, Gallahue dumps it on a backdoor cut, layup good. Caden Nestor. And now a whistle to check on Caden Pasillo, I think. Nestor, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, with 8. And the lead is 19.
It just has seemed at times Edon just a step ahead of Edgerton, especially in this full court press.
Kyler Sapp in for the first time tonight as he gives Gannon Ripke a blow here with 1:27 left. Sapp at the point of the 1-2-2. Blue up that far sideline into the front court, weaving his way through some trouble to Herman for 3 straight on as an air ball and belongs to Edon. So it stays 28-9 Edon, 1:15 left in the half. Swank, who had snuck back in with the 2 fouls, will now take a seat. Don't want him to get a third. Carter Keese picked up by Blue. Goes to the high left side now to Nestor. Nestor back to the right to Keese. Keese. Edgerton man, they had started zone. Down low to Stanky. Turn to the baseline. Short. Sapp had a shot at the offensive rebound, but had it ripped away. And here comes Cole Meyer. Meyer in transition with a left hand. No good on the layup. Rebound goes to Drew Gallahue. Just owning the paint, Edon. Forcing turnovers. Owning the backboard and making more shots. All reasons you're up 28-9.
And I still don't have Edgerton with an offensive rebound here in this first half.
Nestor to the foul line. Now loops it back over to Sapp on the right side wing. 25 seconds left in the half. 28-9 Edon. Gallahue left point. Gallahue step back 3. Short. Rebound Edgerton. Still 15 seconds left on the clock. Blue. Now it goes to Meyer. 7 to shoot. Sapp coming out on him. Meyer to the left. Meyer splits through, had it knocked free. Loose basketball. 3-quarter court try, no, from Caden Nestor. And that finishes your first half of basketball. A half owned by Edon. 28-9 Bombers. Main Stop's halftime show when we come back.
Nay Oil Company supplies heating oil, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and propane for your home, farm, or business throughout Northwest Ohio with dependable service and competitive pricing. Call 1-800-962-9839 or stop by Nay Oil in Nay, serving you with dependable service since 1927. It's the Nay Oil Company. Nay Oil Company would like to wish all the athletes good luck in today's game.
At the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, we know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow. So we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning. I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice. At Fackler Monument Company, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. We can even customize a memorial for you. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters, pretty much anything you can think of, Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters. Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Starks Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
All right, first half numbers in this 28-9 lead for Edon. Drew Gallahue with 15, Caden Nestor with 8, Cassius Hulbert 3, Gannon Ribke 2. Scoring for Edgerton, Corey Herman with 6, Cole Meyer with 3. Edon 9 of 24 shooting, just 1 of 11 from the three-point line. Edgerton 2 of 12, 2 of 8 from the three-point line. Free throws, Edon 7 of 9, Edgerton 3 of 4 from the foul line. Adam?
Rebounding, a +4 advantage by Edon, although it does seem like it's a lot more than that, but still the big one inside the numbers, if you will. No offensive rebounds for Edgerton in the first half. Obviously, turnovers a big issue for the Bulldogs again here tonight. 13 of them in the first half. Edon doing a much better job, just 5 in that first half.
28-9 Edon. Main Stop's halftime show continues after this.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
U-Store Storage in Bryan has 44 new 10 by 20 storage units available on Edgerton Street in Bryan. With 24-hour access and well-lit facilities, U-Store Storage has a unit just for you. Residential and commercial warehouse space is also available. Looking for a storage unit in the Stryker area? Stryker Mini Storage on Industrial Drive has units as well. For all your storage needs, give U-Store Storage or Stryker Mini Storage a call at 419-636-2545.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters, pretty much anything you can think of. Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters.
Nay Oil Company supplies heating oil, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and propane for your home, farm, or business throughout Northwest Ohio with dependable service and competitive pricing. Call 1-800-962-9839 or stop by Nay Oil in Nay, serving you with dependable service since 1927. It's the Nay Oil Company. Nay Oil Company would like to wish all the athletes good luck in today's game.
Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio would like to take a moment to wish all the Edon area athletes good luck this season as they stride for excellence. Since 1977, Dimension Hardwood Veneers has been the manufacturer of specialty rotary cut-to-size veneers. Dimension Hardwood Veneers is proud to support all Edon area athletics. Go Bombers from the management and staff of Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio.
Our halftime show brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. One final quick timeout. A lot more business to take care of here. 28-9 Edon. Back in a moment.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Deeds Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Deeds Collision and Service.
Have you ever driven through a cemetery to visit a loved one's gravesite? And as you drive through, you notice the different types of headstones, or maybe the text on the memorial, a picture or some artistry, the names, the years. But what you are really noticing are the lasting memories of a person's life. You know there are a lot of decisions to make when choosing a memorial, like what style, a flat marker, beveled, upright headstone, and what do you engrave? I mean, where do you start? You start at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, or online at facklermonument.com.
Even Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the damage doesn't have to be too damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company, SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
28-9 our score. Edon with the lead. Give me a key both teams, or at least a theme in the locker room for both teams.
Well, Edon just stay the course. I would expect we'll see a lot of Drew Gallahue again down in the low post. Edgerton has just not had an answer to that here tonight. And if you're Brett Greaser again, it starts like it has so many times. You have to take care of the basketball. Don't beat yourself. It's hard enough to beat these guys as it is. Don't compound it by turning it over so many times.
Edgerton basketball as we begin the second half. Quentin Blue will start along with Corey Everett, Cole Meyer, Nathan Swank, and Caden Pasillo. Edon goes with Gallahue, Halbert, Ripke, and they have a trap in the corner, and that's a turnover. Edgerton. Nestor the steal. Outlet now to Barry, fouled on the way up, and Barry shoots two. Pasillo gets number two.
Well, again, they just trap them in the corners, and there's just nowhere to go with the basketball. Edgerton's got two that are on the other side of the floor with their hands in the air, but there's no way that pass is going to get there. Edon just doing a great job of just team defense. They trap you, and then they get into those passing lanes here.
Barry has not scored tonight. 0 for 1 at the foul line. Got the roll on that one for his first point. It's 29-9, and we're inching toward running clock territory here. Closer, not there yet, 29-9, but we've seen things get away in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Just tonight, an 18-0 run. Second one is no good. Rebound of the miss goes to Cole Meyer, poked away by Edon. Ripke along the baseline. Ripke swallowed up by a double team. Now to Nestor. He'll loop it back now to Gallahue. And a reset here for Edon. Again, it's Barry, Gallahue, Halbert, Ripke, Nestor. They're starting five tonight on the floor here to begin the second half. To the left it goes to Nestor. Attacks baseline. Drops it off for Gallahue. Double team got there late. The jump hook is no good. Rebound to Edgerton. Swank up the far side. Swank spun into a double team, lost his footing. Ball is loose. Scramble for the loose ball. Rolling over. That should be a travel. It is on Quentin Blue as he rolled over with a basketball.
Again, those dead spots on the floor. As soon as you cross the half-court line on either sideline, you don't want to pick it up there. You don't want to pick it up in the corners down by the baseline. And so far, that's where they're feeding the ball. And, again, Edon just pouncing all over that.
Edon 7-5 when the night began. Edgerton 3-11. On the wing, Barry to the post to Gallahue. Catch and going to the rim is fouled.
To be honest, especially when Edgerton is in that man with Timbrook on the bench, I mean, Edon can get that anytime they want. I mean, it's just Drew Gallahue is just such a matchup problem here tonight.
First foul on Quentin Blue.
And it's not from a lack of effort. They're doing everything they can, but what is it, physics, anatomy, whatever you want to say. He's just bigger and stronger than everyone.
Yep. 16 now for Drew Gallahue.
Although back in my playing days when I'd go to the bench after getting a foul like that, I'd look at the coach and say, he's just bigger than stronger than me, coach. I don't know what you want me. It never worked.
I never did.
I was supposed to do something.
Figure out a way.
Exactly.
Figure it out, Gubernath. 31-9 now as he hits both. Everett's pressured in the backcourt. Ball reversal to Quentin Blue. Blue near midcourt, back to Everett's. Now to Quentin Blue. And it's taken away. Barry to Ripke, and then his lead pass too far for Jack Barry. And it'll be an Edon turnover. By the way, I want to give a shout-out to my sister-in-law. Tonight she's my favorite sister-in-law because she's on the mend from a surgery, a gallbladder surgery, Shelby. And my beautiful niece sitting at home listening tonight, understand, Addison. I didn't get hugs tonight. I missed that, Adam. Every Edgerton game I've gotten hugs. Want to tell them to have her heal up, and I'm sure Addie's taking great care of her. A deep three is way off from Blue. Ricochets to Ripke now. And it's just a gallbladder. You don't need it, right?
It's like an appendix.
It's like a pinky toe. Nestor over to Ripke at the foul line. Ripke nowhere to go. Loops it back over to Nestor. 31-9, 2 minutes into the second half. Edon with a lead. Nestor at the foul line, drops it off for Barry penetrates into the lane. Barry rises up in that 6'4 frame. No good. Loose ball. Coming out of a pack with it is Everett to Blue. Up ahead now to Swank. One-on-one with Gallahue. He takes the shot and missed it. I believe Gallahue got a piece of it. And now up the floor, it's Everett who nearly took it away. Play's gotten a little bit sloppy here.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout, maybe even specifically by Edon, just to clean it up if they can't do it on their own.
Wanted to go inside. I thought backdoor initially, but just wanted to jam it inside to Cassius Hulbert, unable to make the catch. So 5:26 remaining here in the third quarter. 31-9 is the score. Edon in front. Trailed early 3-2, and then built this big lead and have never even come close to relinquishing it. Meyer from the elbow to the near side. It's going to be off Nestor, then off Blue. Turnover, Bulldogs again.
Well, you think about Edgerton. They hit their first 3 of the night, and then they hit the 3 at the buzzer at the end of the quarter. 3 points in the second quarter, and here we are 3 minutes in with nothing to show. Just the offense has just been absent here tonight.
Bomber basketball. 31-9. 5-minute mark of the third. Barry weaves it cross court now to Nestor. Out on top to Hulbert. Right foul line extended. It goes to Ripke. Ripke, top of the circle. Jack Barry. Man-to-man look from the Bulldogs, obviously, now, and have been most of the night after the early 2-3. Nestor hung in the air, drew contact. Scotty Krantz, who just came in, I believe is going to collect the foul unless there was a help side call. Nope, it is Krantz. His first. 2 shots for Caden Nestor, an opportunity to get into double figures. And I understand Grandma and Grandpa, or Grandma and family, listen to us in North Carolina, and are very faithful listeners. Talk to Caden's mom, so I want to give them a North Carolina shout out. Dealing with some ice down there.
Snow and ice down there that they normally don't. They got all the snow down there, and we're getting absolutely nothing up here, which I'm okay with.
You know, it's one of those rare times where you say to yourself, I'm glad we live in Northwest Ohio and not North Carolina in January.
Absolutely. There's something weird going on.
So 33-9. And now another Edgerton giveaway. Inside it goes. Barry scores again. Timeout, Edgerton. 4:38 left. 35-9 Edon. Silver and Blue running away with this. We'll be right back.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. The Edgerton Bulldogs want it, wish for it, and make it happen. The Edgerton Athletic Boosters want to thank all of the Edgerton athletes for their hard work and dedication, and want to wish the athletes and coaches good luck. So from the Edgerton Athletic Boosters, go get 'em Bulldogs. We're behind you all the way. Good luck to all the Edgerton athletes.
Well, 35-9, Edgerton trailing Edon. End of 3. Rossford 41, Wauseon 28. Paulding leads Montpelier at the half, 26-17. At the end of 3, it's Leipzig up 52 to 44. Pasillo blocked on the inside. Now a jumper is no good from Cole Meyer. Loose basketball. Another 3 from Krantz, and that one is good. Scotty Krantz buries the 3.
Well, they haven't hit many shots here tonight, but if you're going to hit them, make them threes. Get the most out of it. 3 threes.
And 3 free throws. They have no 2s tonight, Adam. Halfway through the third, not one 2-point field goal for Edgerton. 35-12 in the lane. Nestor hangs and scores.
Obviously, the problem is their opponent has plenty of them, and it's starting to pile up.
37-12. To the left, Krantz from downtown. Back of the rim, no good. And on the rebound, jump ball. Who has the arrow? It'll belong to Edon. with 3:45 left. Cohen Hulbert, another freshman. He's in for Gallahue. Matt Ripke on one knee in front of that Edon bench, down in front of a couple of those other younger kids that we may still see here. There was confusion. Brett Grieser at Edgerton thought they had the ball. They just pointed wrong. It was in front of us all along that it was Edon possession, so it is Edon basketball. Up 37-12 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. You never know. You might want to stick around. You got cranky Andy now because of a football result. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I feel so bad for you right now.
In the fourth quarter. Scoop to the hoop, no from Stanky. Loose basketball, though, to Edon. Cohen Hulbert out to Keese. Keese swallowed up on the baseline. Tries to push it out to Hulbert. It's broken up by Krantz and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Edon.
You work so hard to stay out of the know.
I know. That's all right.
But
it's just a game, Adam. It's just a game.
Well, it's been about a week for me, and I'm still not.
I know.
Haven't made my peace with it yet for my team.
Inbounds to Carter Keese. Nowhere to go. Now get some help from Barry. Barry at the top of the circle. Barry to the elbow. To the right side to Nestor. Nice look into Stanky, and it won't drop in. Again, although I did everything right except didn't use the glass. Hanging in the air is Meyer, and he's butchered on his way to the rim, and Cole Meyer will shoot a pair. With 2:59 remaining in the third, the personal foul will be the first on the night on Cohen Hulbert.
Well, as the road team with everything here tonight, Matt Ripke has to be just so happy with where things are late in the third, up 25, crowd out of it, playing a lot of kids. I don't think he could have asked for anything better here tonight so far.
I think you're exactly right. Meyer splits the pair. Everybody knew coming here there was going to be some form of emotions. Had a few little glitches. But you know what? That could have happened in a Edgerton Antwerp game or an Edon North Central game. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It wasn't anything that was unique.
Barry missed the shot. And now a jump ball. And the arrow does go Edgerton's way.
Now the biggest roar out of the crowd here tonight came at the end of the first quarter when the Herman 3 went down at the buzzer. And you look at it from a basketball standpoint, that cut the lead to 14. I mean, so that's been that kind of a night.
Yep. Cole Meyer off the inbounds, trapped in the backcourt. Pushes it ahead to the front court. Meyer to the baseline, hangs in the air, scores, and he'll go to the foul line. That's the first 2-point field goal made tonight by Edgerton.
The game has changed, my friend.
Yes, it sure has.
I mean, but that's Edgerton's. That's what they want to do. They want to be a perimeter three-point shooting team.
Timeout Edon. We'll spend it with them. Full timeout, up 37-15. Back in a moment.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
With the long winter still ahead, why not take the time to freshen up the inside of your home with Ace Royal or Clark & Kensington paint from Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan. You'll find all you need at Donaldson's, from accessories to the best paint on the market. Ace Royal interior, exterior with excellent coverage and washability and a lifetime warranty, or the Clark & Kensington with the primer built right in. Get all your painting done before spring with paint from Donaldson's Ace Hardware in Bryan. Ace, the helpful place.
2:38 remaining. Third quarter. 22-point advantage here. 30-15 Edon. Trailed really early for a blip, 3-2. Meyer hits the free throw for the and one finish. He has 7 tonight. 37-16.
Credit the Edgerton kids. Still playing hard.
They've done that in a lot. We've been here for
Absolutely.
some ugly games this year, and they have worked their tails off to the end. Hanging in the air, Barry is partially blocked. Rebound, though, to Edon. Cohen Hulbert. Out to Carter Keese now. And a reboot offensively. Barry on the left point. Barry comes back to Keese. Keese attacks. Pretty bounce pass in. Stanky just couldn't make the catch, and it sails out of bounds.
Well, be careful when you credit a good bounce pass for Edon. You're going to get a text here, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
I was warned. You weren't. That's good partner taking the heat for that.
Yes.
It was a pretty bounce pass.
You don't want to give too many of those, apparently. Another change in the game. A reach and a foul on Barry, his second. So Stanky and Barry have 2. Pasillo and Swank have 2 for Edgerton. Nobody in any kind of foul difficulty. Barry will take a seat. Coming back in, it is Ripke. You've got Ripke, Nestor, Keese, Stanky, and Cohen Hulbert. Scotty Krantz is in for Edgerton. Out to Corey Herman. Meyer, Everett, and Timbrook. Drive and kick to Everett. Everett's in the lane. Everett tries to get Glass. No. The follow is good, though, by Cole Meyer.
Kind of putting his team on his back, trying to get him back into it.
Sits at 19. Still a long way to go and a short time to get there, but some form of life here for Edgerton. Late third. 37-18. Ripke over to Keese. Wants to go baseline. Spins into a double team. Gives it up to Cohen Hulbert. Drew Gallahue back at the table. Will come back in here at the next dead ball. Here's Keese from the elbow. Defender flew by, but able to recover. Hulbert got it. Now back to Keese. 1:10 to go in the third. 37-18 Edon. Here's Ripke. Gives it up to Keese. Jumper for 3. Oh, way off. No good. And now an Edgerton possession. Going left. Meyer below the elbow. Meyer pass broken up by Nestor. Loose ball to Cohen Hulbert. Now gives to Ripke. Ripke crosses the timeline at the 48-second mark of the third. Now to Keese to the right wing. Cohen Hulbert and Timbrook leaning on each other on the interior. Left side intended for Ripke, broken up by Everett, and then Ripke, yep, he did get a finger on it late. So it's a turnover by the Bombers. Not closing this quarter very strong.
Well, as soon as we were saying that Matt had to be happy with how things are going, the last couple minutes have not been well.
One make for Edon. Just one field goal in this third quarter. Anything else they've gotten has been at the foul line.
4 turnovers in the quarter as well.
But still up 19. Here's Quentin Blue back on the floor. To the left to Krantz. Krantz baseline. Tried to force feed a pass into Timbrook. Somehow got it through. Back to Everett. He'll jack a 3. Barely got iron. Rebound to Drew Gallahue as it was going out of bounds. I'll be stunned if Edon doesn't get the last shot here, barring a layup, and I don't even know then. 12 to shoot. Here's Nestor at the foul line. Gives to Gallahue. He peeks at the clock. 7, 6, 1-4 low. Gallahue working on Timbrook in the lane. Drops it, or tries to drop it to Cohen Hulbert, and they give it away again with 0.6 remaining. Blue to Everett. Launches half court. No good. That's it for the third. 37-18 Edon. This is Saturday Night Basketball on B-Rock Sports.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
Welcome back out here, ready to begin quarter number 4 here in Edgerton. Edon up 37-18. Edon just 1 of 9 in that third quarter. Edgerton 2 of 11 in the third.
Edgerton holding their own on the boards. Edon still with a +2 advantage overall, but actually in that quarter, Edgerton out rebounding Edon.
At the foul line, Ripke dumps it inside. Muscled up, no good by Drew Gallahue, but is fouled and gets a couple of free throws.
But obviously the big number, the turnovers. Edon has 10. They had 5 in that quarter, but 7 in the quarter for Edgerton. Now 20 in the game.
That personal foul will be number 2 on Cole Meyer. First one is good. That'll give Drew 18 on the night. Of course, got his 1,000th point earlier this season. We've had a handful of, both between the boys and girls side, 1,000-point scorers or kids becoming leading scorers in school history even. 2 for 2 for Gallahue. 39-18 Bombers. Just underway in the fourth. Everett's to the left side of the floor now to Pasillo. Pasillo gives to Meyer. Now to Swank, drives baseline, tough angle coming back. He was pinned behind the backboard, misfired. Somehow got his own miss in the traffic. Muscles that one up, no good. Some of the Edgerton faithful wanting a foul. Now Everett's almost fleecing Ripke in the backcourt. Everett's and Ripke battling coming up the floor. Ripke top of the circle, comes right now to Nestor. Good look into Holbert, who had it knocked away. And now it's Swank in transition. Gives to Herman. Baseline left. Pasillo a 3. Good. Caden Pasillo, first make of the night. 39-21 Edon. Here's Ripke. Out in front. Picks his dribble up. Ripke. 5-second count was on. Now passes left side. Goes to Carter Keese. Keese to the foul line. Keese hands to Cassius Holbert. A lot of standing right now by Edon. They look really stagnant offensively. Everett and Ripke collide inadvertently. Ripke lost the handle. Now Gallahue is down. I don't know if he took a shot to the face or what exactly happened. Yeah, he's holding that right eye. Ethan Stanky will come and replace Drew Gallahue as he gathers himself with 6:26 remaining.
Trainer went over there, and you could see, asked him if he was okay, shook his head yes, just kind of maybe got an inadvertent shot to the face.
It'll be Edgerton ball, down 18. 39-21, 6:26 left in this one. Bounce pass is intercepted. Swank through to an area. Ripke got the steal. Everett's tried to get the tie-up, but Everett's will get the foul, his second.
They just have not been able to get out of their own way here again tonight. 21 turnovers, 21 points.
That's killed all momentum at any run, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
And then you throw in that they are 10 of, or check that. They have 5 field goals on the night. 5 of 25 from the field right now.
Hard to win any game.
No.
Especially against rivals and good teams.
Here's Barry sizing up Swank, unable to get dribble penetration. Barry now out, bounces it down low to Stanky. He'll go to the corner to Nestor. Nestor, reach around by Herman, knocks it free. It bounces off the leg of Nestor. He knew it was going to be off him and went hustling after it. Couldn't get there in time. A final. Hicksville has defeated Fayette 39-23. And by the way, earlier tonight, congratulations to Brock Homeyer. Had to wait a long time, but finally got his first varsity win as Bryan toppled Fairview earlier on 96.5.
One of those bordering school district rivalry games.
Runner by Swank is good for his first basket of the night. It's at 16 now. 39-23. This is as close as Edgerton really has been in a while. But now at 5.5 minutes left. To the right it goes to Barry. They'll go to the post to Cassius Holbert, using that huge brute strength but unable to finish. Tried to get his own miss, and we get a jump ball, and the arrow goes to Edgerton.
Well, remember, Andy, about 2.5 minutes ago, I was talking about how Matt could just, the crowd was out of the game. They had a 25-point lead. They were playing well, playing a lot of kids. Here we are, 5.5 to go in the game, and suddenly it's down to 16. So
Yeah.
since that point, Edgerton has outscored them by 9. And the Bulldogs have been the aggressor.
And now it's Edgerton possession. Cole Meyer to the right. Meyer tried to turn the corner, wasn't there. Comes back middle of the floor. Nudged a bit by Nestor. Picks up his dribble. Leans in with a left hand. Misfire. Taps it out, though. Pasillo for 3, no good. Rebound loose on that baseline. Ripke tied up with Swank, and it went out of bounds off Nate Swank, so it belongs to Edon.
Well, you just get that sense of, Edgerton could get one of those threes to drop. Crowd just kind of hanging on, hoping to get one more good run at him.
Drew Gallahue hops off that bench and is ready to come back in at the 5-minute mark. He has it near midcourt now. Dribbles ahead into the front court. Goes right side to Jack Berry. Down to the post, now to Gallahue. Pretty drop step and a foul on Caden Pasillo. I believe it was a foul, but that little hesitancy on the whistle. Oh, he draws a little bit of the ire, doesn't it?
Right in front of the Edgerton faithful, absolutely.
2 shots for Drew Gallahue now.
Anytime Edgerton has really needed a bucket, they've gone to Gallahue in the post, and he's answered the bell numerous times here tonight.
Can't connect on the first free throw. One more to come. 39-23. Edon in front. 7-5 team. Second place in the BBC right now, a half game behind North Central. North Central 4-0, Edon 3-0. Gallahue missed them both. The rebound to Cole Meyer. Edon didn't play last night because of some COVID issues at Hilltop. Down low, Pasillo. Goes inside out. Blue to Swank. Big 3 on the way, no good. That could have got it to 13, but an offensive rebound. Swank bounce pass into Meyer. Get it out of here, says Drew Gallahue, and swats it out of bounds. Edgerton will keep it, though, with 4.5 left.
Bulldogs much more aggressive on the glass, getting their hands on some offensive rebounds here in the second half, something they didn't do a single time in the first half.
Swank to the safety valve. Pasillo out near midcourt. Pasillo to the right. Bounce pass to Meyer. Nestor almost ripped it away. Meyer, medium range is good. Cole Meyer has really come alive in this second half again.
11-8 to go with his effort here tonight.
39-25 now, and Everett's too aggressive, trying to stay out in front with Ripke. Gets his 3rd foul.
Well, of all the defenders that Edgerton has thrown at Gannon Ripke here tonight, Everett's has had the most success. Not that any have had really any success, but he's made Gannon work a little bit more with that basketball.
Paulding pulled away from Montpelier to win 58-36 tonight. 1-1 now for Gannon Ripke. No on the front end. Rebound Edgerton. How about this? A trip here to get it to 12, maybe 11 with 4 minutes to go. Here's Meyer hanging in the air, and he drew the foul. And it's Ethan Stanky who gets number 3. So Cole Meyer returns to the line, gets a pair.
And we've seen stretches this year out of Edgerton where Cole Meyer has basically put the team on his back offensively, and he's done this in games gone by.
Circled the first one, in and out, no good. Gallahue for Cohen Hulbert. Cassius Hulbert for Ethan Stanky. 39-25 Edon on the Andres O'Neill & Lowe scoreboard. Meyer to shoot one more. Leads Edgerton with 11 tonight. Corey Everett's their leading scorer, has not scored this evening. 1 of 2 for Meyer. Timeout Edgerton. Midway through the 4th. 39-26 Bombers. This is a full timeout.
Who doesn't love being number 1? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call your State Farm agent, Jody Herman, in downtown Archbold today.
Locally owned and operated for 19 years, Edon Pizza is your best choice for the freshest pizza in the area. Call them at 419-272-2452 and order from a large variety of menu items, including pasta, calzones, wings, and, of course, pizza and subs.
Well, Adam Gubernath, 39-26. It wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was still 20-something, but I mentioned at least to remind people of if it got to 35, that's a running clock. And here we are at a 13-point game with 4 minutes to go, and I think it's shades of what Edgerton's done a lot this year. In games they've fallen behind, they just refuse to go quietly into the night. They keep working hard.
Well, over the last 7 minutes, Edgerton has outscored Edon by 12. That's how they've been able to cut this lead basically in half.
And now Ripke and Everett's collide, play on as they both stumbled a little bit. Probably a good no call. Here's the right side. Nestor hangs in the air. Big shot, got it, and he'll go to the line. Another solid outing tonight for Caden Nestor.
Always seems to come up big, doesn't he? When they need a bucket, they definitely needed one there to kind of calm things down.
Cohen Hulbert for Drew Gallahue.
See if that maybe just kind of settles Edon down here a little bit.
That was Pasillo's fourth foul. Nestor at the line knocks home the free throw. That'll give him 15 tonight. Good second scoring out. Now Steele Berry, the layup good. Jack Berry. And just like that, a 5-point surge at him, and it's at 18.
Yeah.
And another near turnover as Everett and Cohen Hulbert collide inadvertently. It was a loose ball, scramble situation. And we have a foul given and called on Edon. It'll be on Gannon Ripke, just his second. 5 team fouls now on Edon. 8 on Edgerton here in the second half. Inbounds to Swank, and Swank's pass is intercepted by Nestor, and he's fouled by Corey Everett, who picks up his fourth. And you can visibly see that Corey's frustrated tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it just nothing offensively this evening. Credit to what Edon's done defensively as well, but he's forced some passes and committed to 2 of the 4 fouls have been ones he probably normally doesn't commit, so that all equals to frustration.
Well, one of the things that Matt has done in his entire coaching career is he always kind of identifies what you do best, and he's going to try to take that away. And obviously part of the game plan was to limit Everett's on the offensive end. They've done a very good job of that, and you're absolutely right. Just wears on you after a while.
His shot attempts you can count on one hand tonight. Just shot attempts for Corey Everett. 2 for 2 for Caden Nestor. And now it's 20. 46-26 our score.
Since the Nestor steal and the N1, it's a 7-0 run by Edon.
Picked up at midcourt is Cole Meyer, a double team there. Splits through it, finds Herman, or at least identifies him, but it's knocked away by Cohen Hulbert. Taken back by Everett. Gives to Meyer. Meyer through a double team in the lane, out of control, is bailed out on an Edon foul. And it'll be Ethan Stanky who gets his 4th foul. With 3:18 left in this one. 2 shots for Cole Meyer. Archibald has defeated Toledo Christian tonight, 59-40.
Seems like that's a team that getting healthier. They get Newman back this past week, and just ready to go now for the final month and a half.
Yeah, they become that team maybe to watch in D3 now.
Absolutely.
Or one of them. I know OG's there. Rossford has defeated Wauseon 64-53. By the way, Cole Meyer missed both free throws, but it went out of bounds, touched last by Edon. Sapp now in for Edon in place of Nestor with 3:17 left. Sapp, Cohen Hulbert, Berry, Stanky, and Ripke. The inbounds pass from from Swank, deflected. Loose ball, though, grabbed by Edgerton.
Hit the backboard as he was throwing it in the corner.
Here's Swank on the left of the lane. A fadeaway for Nathan Swank, no good. Rebound Edon. Coming away with it is Berry. Berry, double team, finds Ripke. Strong with a basketball. Ripke coming the other way. Snaps right side. Sapp, good look inside to Cohen Hulbert, who didn't catch it cleanly. And on the loose ball, a push and a foul on Cohen Hulbert, his second.
Talk about frustration, that's all it was. Had a good look at a layup and just got it stripped from behind. And
Matt Ripke has seen enough of his regulars. Up 20, 2:53 to go. He'll clear the benches now.
Well, yeah.
Jaden Craven, Max Radebaugh, Carter Keese all come in.
It's been choppy at best over the last few minutes. And I think you just want to make sure that everyone's no fluke injuries or anything happen.
Herman missing the front end of a 1-and-1. Rebound to Edon. Sap outlet to Radebaugh. Pretty soon here, Matt Ripke can exhale. Because this is one of those games coming over here. He said to me when I went to the pregame, he said, "You go easy on me." And I can't go completely easy on you, Matt. I wouldn't be doing my job. And he knew that. But it's something that Sapp dribble drives to the basket, and Kyler Sapp scores off the right side. Got an easy lay-in, found daylight. Tough on Edgerton kids over here. Brett Greaser in an awkward situation with Matt coming back. A three from Herman. I don't want to make this all about just Matt Ripke, but Matt had 12 years of success here. It was a relationship that came to an end, and a lot of stories as to why it came to an end. But it did. It ended. Matt wasn't going to give up coaching basketball. That's his passion and love. Edon had an opening, and it fit. It just happens these two schools are rivals.
And you just wonder, the range of emotions that Matt had coming back here tonight. I mean, obviously you want to get the win, but it was a good 12 years for him overall. And again, what he said, all that stuff is discussion for another day, but...
And now, the one time that they play, you can get it out of the way. The first time is always that rough one, and now, as long as he coaches.
Now, next year when they play over at the 49, if they bump into each other, or when they play at Edon, it'll be a little bit more juice. But the first one, you're exactly right. Like when, for lack of a better explanation, like when LeBron went back to Cleveland the first time.
Sapp went 1 of 2. He was fouled, by the way. Kyler Sapp hit 1 of 2. Peyton Troush has come in. He had a putback attempt that was no good. Now a 3 by Scotty Krantz is off.
To your point, the novelty of it is gone. And you bring up a great point. Brett Greaser, I mean, he was just, that's a tough spot to keep your kids to their credit, for both coaches, it is extremely hard to keep your kids focused and not talking about something that everyone is talking about. That's not an easy thing to do.
That's a great point, too. Radebaugh over to Troush. 1:50 left in this one. 49-26. And as you said, Edon was choppy at times here in the second half. Never fully lost control of the basketball game. You always felt like they were in control of everything. Inside, Troush muscles it up and scores. Peyton Troush with 2. 51-26. Double weekends for both these teams next weekend. No good from Scotty Krantz. Edon, big away game at Pettisville, who, by the way, is still in the title conversation for the BBC, and then home with Maumee Valley Country Day. Edgerton in the GMC will be at a really good Ayersville team, and then they go on the road to play Hilltop next Saturday night.
To be fair, from a basketball standpoint, Andy, I think what you saw out of both of these two teams here tonight is what we've seen out of them all year. I mean, the same issues, the missed threes, the turnovers kind of doomed Edgerton, their lack of ability to kind of rebound at times. Edon, solid at times, but they just have those moments that they just kind of, like in the mid to late third quarter into the fourth, where they just kind of go away for a while.
By the way, we're in clock kill mode until Abe Wise blew his whistle on what appeared to be maybe a kid just reaching into a pocket. I mean, there wasn't anything there.
Well, everyone on the sideline and the Edon side is laughing, so I'm not sure what.
Free throw on the way is no good. This is Paul Waterholter. He is a 5'10 junior. Missed the first one, has one more. 51-26. Edon. It could be a lane violation if he missed it, and it will be. Krantz leaned into the lane.
He wants the ball again. The Edon kids, the student body, the bench, they want this free throw to go down.
Yeah, a lot of smiles up there, a lot of excitement for Paul Waterholder. And he got it. And they go crazy. A little used junior at the varsity level, maybe his first varsity point, rattling in a three at the other end is Brody Cheek.
And the Edgerton kids respond. So even in a blowout with the last 30 seconds, the kids are still into it.
Paul's an exchange student from Germany. Thanks, Radar.
Well,
Radar be all over that. That makes it even more exciting that they...
That's why they were all excited.
Edon has an exchange student every year. I mean, since the Eisenhower administration, I think they've had an exchange student. And now Craven gets an opportunity to go to the line. He is a little used senior, and we'll get a chance to get into the scoring column here. I asked Matt, I want to just finish quickly on Matt Ripke, when they played football against each other, and Gannon had to go through it as a player, because remember, Matt was... I mean, he helped a little bit, obviously, with Bob Owen this year, but he wasn't the head coach. This is his sport. And he said, now if we can just get through the winter and that first basketball game. And again, the coaching staffs, the kids, the communities, as Craven hits that second free throw, I thought everybody was on their best behavior tonight.
Absolutely.
Nothing at all even remotely controversial.
Well said.
A three, no good, and that'll do it for this one. Edon dominates and wins their 8th of the year. 53-28 Bombers. Stay with us. The post-game wrap-up gets underway next.
When it comes to choosing a realtor to help you with your real estate needs, the only choice is the AmeriMade Realty team. Serving 6 counties in Northwest Ohio, AmeriMade continues to be one of the top companies year after year. With our award-winning service, commitment to each and every client's best interest, comprehensive marketing plan, and dedication to the people and communities around us, the AmeriMade Realty team is the go-to choice in Northwest Ohio. When it's time for you to make your next move, call AmeriMade Realty at 419-636-7653. That's 419-636-SOLD, or go to AmeriMadeHomes.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wasion, or online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
You've surely heard of Elian's Boutique and the Maddox Men's Emporium in downtown Bryan. If you're not, you're missing out. Elian's and Maddox aren't just apparel stores. They have something for everyone. Here you'll find gift items like home decor, candles, specialty food, jewelries, sunglasses, fragrances, and more. You'll also find the latest fashion trends, workout apparel, everyday items like jeans, t-shirts, and jackets. Need shoes or purses? They've got those too, along with skincare lines, spa items, newborn apparel, maternity wear, and much more. So drive over to Bryan and check out Elian's Boutique and Maddox Men's Emporium on the east side of the square. Open Monday through Saturday, Elian's and the Maddox Men's Emporium is your gift-giving and fashion destination in Northwest Ohio.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, you get rewarded big for the things you buy most, like triple points on gas and groceries. Midwest Community Visa Platinum Rewards cardholders earn triple rewards points every time they purchase gas and groceries, with no cap on the number of points they can earn. And unlike many other rewards cards, we don't require logins and sign-ups to choose your rewards categories. No hassles, just rewards. To learn more, visit midwestcommunity.org/rewards.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio, and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Back out here in Edgerton, Edon wins it. Of course, the home team gets that score off the board. I got to go to my notes real fast. 53-28 Bombers. One final timeout. Back with the numbers and a visit with Matt Ripke in just a moment.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back out here to Edgerton. Edon wins it tonight, 53-28. Edon head coach Matt Ripke is with us. And, Matt, we talked in the pregame show. Edon and Edgerton is emotional and passionate enough. You are part of it, 12 years coaching at Edgerton. Now you're on the other side of things, and you going over to Edon. There's a lot of focus on this game. It's over and done with. I said just before you came up here, when we went to our first break, I thought everybody that was involved tonight, players on the floor, coaching staffs, everybody, communities, could go a lot of different ways. I thought it went extremely well tonight. Tell us from your perspective.
You know, when we talked earlier, it's about the kids on the floor. It's always been about kids, and it's emotional. It certainly is. A lot of those guys are in our, you have around them for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time, and they battled their butts off. I mean, Cole Myers, you talk about a kid that leaves it all on the floor. Corey Everett's left it on the floor. Corey Herman, Caden Basillo. Those guys, they just battled their butts off. But I thought that our pressure defensively caused them some trouble, and we were able to get out to that big lead early, and we got kind of stagnant offensively at times and played some different lineups. But a couple times it was during breaks and timeouts and whatnot, it's trying to communicate with those guys on the floor. I'm not going to sub you out. We have tremendous success against our scout team players, and that's nothing against them. But if we're going to build depth, we got to be able to execute against varsity players, and they had the opportunity to do that tonight. Again, get to see some different guys on film and evaluate and let them see how they're doing and how to improve.
Just to elaborate on that defensive pressure, I thought your half-court trap was outstanding. I thought you anticipated passes very well. You were able to take advantage of 23 turnovers here tonight.
We're getting better. Jack's so long out top. He's able to get a couple steals on his own and just turn and lay it in. And, our second-row guys with Gannon, I thought Caden Nestor played a tremendous game tonight, both defensively, which translated into offense for him. And then our back row guys, Cassius and Drew, they're good rim protectors when guys do beat us up the sideline. We have guys that can protect the basket and let the cavalry, wait for those guys to get back. And it all starts up front with Jack and our defense, the pressure that he puts on.
And we're seeing more guys in that rotation now than maybe we saw before.
Yeah.
And that's always the goal.
Yeah.
Can we develop guys that we trust on the floor,
Right.
and that's happening.
And that's the development. Can we, first we got to trust you in practice, and then when you get your opportunity in the game, we got to be able to trust you in the game, and built some of that tonight with some different guys.
So double weekend. Unfortunately for you guys, you didn't get a chance to play last night in conference, but this thing's fascinating now the rest of the way here. You and North, fascinating I know isn't your word.
Great for selling advertising for the radio guy.
It really
Keeps coaches up late at night.
But you and North Central are the two unbeatens. But, oh, by the way, Fayette and Pettisville are right there with just one. And you go to Pettisville Friday night.
Tremendous challenge going to Pettisville. They got a big win, Fayette, last night. And, we're going to have a great week of preparation. And that's the thing coming down the stretch. You can't take anybody lightly. And I'm confident in our coaching staff. We'll have our guys ready to play, and it's just going out and executing on the floor for 32 minutes.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Anything from you?
I appreciate it. It was as you said, a lot of emotions, but and then there's a lot of great people in the Edgerton community. A lot of them that I miss. A lot of them still friendships that we developed that's still there. And I think that's the one thing is, when it's not a relationship that mutually beneficial and people still stay in contact, I think that says a lot about the character of some of the people here, and the fact that the Edon community has opened their arms, not only to myself as a teacher and AD and coach, but also to my family. It's
good.
I'm glad tonight's over.
Yeah, we knew you would be. Enjoy it though tonight. It's a win. It's your rival, and go back to work. We'll see you a couple weeks down the road. Good luck next weekend.
Good. Thanks, Andy.
Matt Ripke, head coach of the Edon Bombers, who beat the Edgerton Bulldogs tonight, 53-28. That was a Freudian slip there after 12 years of covering.
And not to get into too much more because we've already talked about it at length here tonight. But again, hats off to Matt and to Brett.
Yep.
Because I firmly believe organizations, teams, everything, the tone is set from the top. And if either of them would have been just raving lunatics running up and down the sideline before the game, getting on officials like crazy, and just, it could have turned into something that we were hoping it wouldn't. And I think both of them stuck with the game plan of focusing on the basketball here tonight, and I think that was the result.
And the result for Edon, 53-28. Neither team shot the ball extremely well tonight in getting this win. Edon was just 14 of 39 from the field, only 1 of 12 behind the three-point arc. Edgerton was worse than that at 8 of 38. 20 of their 38 shots were threes, and they hit 5 of those. Individually tonight, scoring the basketball, Edon put 2 in double figures, and they ended up really close. Drew Gallahue, 19. Caden Nestor was terrific tonight with 17, and he's really coming on for them at a critical time. Jack Berry only finished with 5 tonight, but Matt talked about what he does defensively with that length. 3 for Kyler Saplate, 3 for Cassius Halbert, 2 for Gannon Ripke, 2 for Peyton Trausch, and Paul Waterholder, the German exchange student, got a varsity point tonight to complete the scoring. Matt talked also about Cole Meyer, one of his former players. He finished with a team-high 12. Corey Herman, 6. And then 3 each for Caden Pasillo, Brody Cheek, and Scotty Krantz. 2 for Nathan Swank tonight for that Edgerton total of 28. Free throw line also, real quick, Adam, that was big in how this thing developed and ended up spreading. Edon was 20 of 29 at the foul line tonight. Edgerton only got there 12 times and made 6 of them.
Yeah, so able to get to the free throw line, obviously a big stat there. +3 advantage on the boards for Edon tonight. Drew Gallahue with a game-high 8. Cole Meyer chipped in with a game-high 8 as well for Edgerton, but turnovers were the disparity. 14 for Edon, 9 of those came in the second half. 23 for the Edgerton Bulldogs here tonight.
So last bit of business here, our American Family Insurance MVP, who will walk away with a 2-topping pizza courtesy of the Compass Cafe of Lake Seneca area. Who do you like in that MVP area?
I like Drew Gallahue for what he did tonight. 19 points, 8 rebounds. Anytime he set the tone early, had like 13 of their first 15 points or something like that. And it seemed like anytime they needed a bucket, which the way the game went wasn't too often, but whenever they needed something down low, they went through Gallahue 19-8. Outstanding performance again here tonight.
So Drew Gallahue, our American Family Insurance MVP, also presented by the Compass Cafe in Lake Seneca, or at Lake Seneca. Best One Tire and Service, best play of this Edon win tonight.
How about halfway through the fourth quarter, we were talking about how the Bombers were comfortable. They were up 25, and then Edgerton outscored them by a dozen over a 7-minute stretch, and it seemed like they were just teetering on one more shot. It's going to be a single-digit game, that sort of thing. Cade Nestor with a steal and an and one at the midcourt stripe, and that put the lead up to 16. They went on a 7-0 run after that, and just kind of highlights the things that he does. Always seems to come up big when they need it as well. 17 points for his work tonight, but that steal kind of spurred on the run that kind of slammed the door shut.
So that's going to do it for our coverage tonight and our week of basketball. Next up will be a pair of girls games. We have good conference matchups coming up next week. And starts Tuesday. It's a non-conference game. Suzanne and I, Tenora at Montpelier, a good out-of-conference test for both those teams. Double-digit wins for both of them. Then the big BBC showdown that could ultimately decide who wins the conference. They're the only conference unbeatens now. Hilltop at Montpelier on Thursday night. Friday, Adam, there are two big games in the BBC. Edon at Pettisville is one. The other we have Fayette at North Central, a good matchup next Friday night.
Two contrasting styles that they'd want to do. North Central's going to want to push it up. Always love to watch Todd Mitchell's teams play. Always seems to get the most out of their kids. They're going to want to kind of control things a little bit more, so looking forward to that. But here we are, last week of January, these league games each and every week just become more and more important.
And we don't have a game next Saturday because it's an all-day auction time, our annual benefit auction for the Mentors of Williams County, which will be an all-day affair. And it only took me almost 30 years in radio to realize, you know what, you don't have to do 10 hours on the air of an auction and then go do a game.
Well, the days of 23-hour work days, those are in the past now. So hats off to you. But, after a long day of doing some good work like that, well-deserved night off for you. Absolutely.
We will reintroduce ourselves to our spouses next Saturday night, whether they like it or not.
Well, absolutely.
And I'd say for me, I can't speak for you, but it's probably 50-50.
Well, you're being kind.
And there's only a 10% chance of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So Edon goes to 8-5. Edgerton falls to 3-12. Edon wins it tonight, 53-28. A brief rundown of what has happened already on a Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard right now with Ben Murray after this quick timeout.
Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them, add options, and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
At the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, we know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow. So we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning. I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice. At Fackler Monument Company, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. We can even customize a memorial for you. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
U-Store Storage in Bryan has 44 new 10x20 storage units available on Edgerton Street in Bryan. With 24-hour access and well-lit facilities, U-Store Storage has a unit just for you. Residential and commercial warehouse space is also available. Looking for a storage unit in the Stryker area? Stryker Mini Storage on Industrial Drive has units as well. For all your storage needs, give U-Store Storage or Stryker Mini Storage a call at 419-636-2545.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Starks Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
A very pleasant Saturday evening to you, Northwest Ohio. I am Ben Murray, in with a brief edition of the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show for boys and girls high school basketball action here on B-Rock Sports. Starting with our broadcast game from Edgerton tonight with Andy Brigle and Adam Gubernath. Our game saw Edon winning over Edgerton 53-28. Paulding bombs Montpelier 58-36. In our sister station broadcast from earlier today, Bryan won over Fairview in their first win under Coach Brock Homeyer 38-34. By the way, I wanted to pass along our Compass Cafe MVP is Drew Gallahue. Drew Gallahue will be receiving a 2-topping pizza from the Compass Cafe at Lake Seneca. Continuing with scores, Hicksville won over Fayette 39-23. Pettysville edged Liberty Center 46-45. Ayersville at the Horn. Jacob Trevino of Ayersville wins at the Horn for Ayersville. Ayersville wins over Delphus Jefferson 53-51. Wayne Trace bombs Miller City 61-37. Archibald topples Toledo Christian 59-40. Delta won today over North Baltimore 62-51. Rossford takes down Wauseon 64-53. Swanton edges Genoa 36-33. Ottawa Glandorf bombs Van Buren 69-31. Turning our focus now to girls basketball from today, St. Mary's won over Bryan 53-46. It was Hilltop bombing Maumee Valley Country Day 50-21. Fairview over Defiant 65-24. Tenora takes down Holgate 46-37. And Toledo Central Catholic takes down Ottawa Glandorf in girls action 49-33. I'm Ben Murray. I'll be back in with one final check of your Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. First, so let's get you back into the music now with Pink Floyd. Ben Murray will be back with one final check of your scores coming up next. Music from Pink Floyd and another brick in the wall. Ben Murray back in with one final check of your Saturday Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show for boys and girls high school basketball action right here on B-Rock Sports. Our broadcast game tonight from Edgerton that you heard from it with Andy Brigle and Adam Gubernath saw Edon winning over Edgerton tonight 53-28. Paulding downs Montpelier 58-36. In our sister station broadcast with Chris Malenga and Tim Meister today, Bryan won over Fairview 38-34. The first ever win for new Bryan boys basketball coach Brock Homeyer. Hicksville won over Fayette 39-23. Pettysville edges Liberty Center 46-45. Ayersville wins over Delphus Jefferson 53-51. Wayne Trace knocks off Miller City 61-37. Archibald takes down Toledo Christian 59-40. Delta no trouble with North Baltimore 62-51. It was Rossford no trouble with Wauseon 64-53. Swanton edges Genoa 36-33. Ottawa Glandorf takes down Van Buren 69-31. And Lipsick wins over Kalida in the Putnam County League 64-50. Turning our focus now to girls basketball from today, St. Mary's won over Bryan 53-46. Hilltop takes down Maumee Valley Country Day 50-21. Fairview no trouble with Defiant 65-24. Tenora wins over Holgate 46-37. Toledo Christian takes down Ottawa Glandorf 49-33. Coming up next Saturday, it is the annual WBNO and WQCT Blizzard Auction, heard right here on B-Rock 100.9 and the Q 96.5 FM, benefiting this year the mentors for Williams County. To obtain a bid number, you may call or text 419-546-1226, and if they don't answer, leave a message and someone will get right back to you. That is going to wrap up this Saturday edition of the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. I'm Ben Murray. We'll talk to you next week. More classic rock on the way after this commercial break. I'm Ben Murray. Good night, everybody, and stay well.